Story Spectacular
presents
Sleepy Time Tales.
Tonight's tale is Hansel and Gretel's House of Fruit. It's Sleepy Time Tales, brought to you by Story Spectacular, the podcast for calming nap times, relaxing bedtimes, or for when you just need to unwind with a soothing story. I'm your host, Angie. Tonight, we are going to hear a story about Hansel and Gretel. They are all grown up now and live on a fruit farm, but they need to find a clever way to get the children to eat their fruit. How will they solve this problem? Let's begin our Sleepy Time tale now. Hansel and Gretel's House of Fruit. Hansel and Gretel were all grown up and had a garden of delicious fruits. Hansel worked hard in the garden, and Gretel would haul all of the ripe, delicious fruit to sell at the fruit stand. Sadly, very few children would come to eat the fruit. Hansel and Gretel didn't know what to do. One day, Gretel came up with a spectacular idea.
Hey Hansel, let's build a little house and decorate it with all of our fruit.
That sounds like a great idea, Gretel. Then little kids from all over will play in the house and snack on all of our delicious fruit.
So, Hansel and Gretel built a little house. It was the perfect size for children. And because it was the springtime, they covered the walls with spring berries. There were blueberries on the door, strawberries all over the sides, and blackberries and raspberries up on the roof. Soon, little children from all over came to snack on the berries and play in the house. It was a springtime success. After the spring came the summer, and new fruits were placed on the house. Hansel grew delicious pineapple and great big watermelons in the garden. Gretel picked several ripe and juicy mangoes from the tree. Then they carefully cut all of the summer fruits into slices and placed them onto the house. Again, children came from all over to snack on the summer fruits and play in the house. It was a summer fruit celebration. Next came the fall season. The house was decorated with yummy pears. On the roof, Gretel placed sweet red apples and sour green apples. Word was spreading near and far. Little children came from all over to eat the apples and pears. They loved playing in the house. Hansel and Gretel's House of Fruit was becoming a famous attraction. But then came the winter season. The fruit garden was covered with snow, and the fruits were no longer growing on the trees.
Oh no, Hansel! How will we decorate the house for the winter? All of the little children will be expecting fruit this winter season.
It would be such a shame to let down the children. But don't worry, Gretel, I think I have an idea.
Hansel ran down to the cellar. He came back up with baskets full of dried fruits and nuts that they had grown in the garden during the spring, summer, and fall seasons. Then Hansel and Gretel adorned the little house with dried apricots, figs, and raisins. They even added a few walnuts and pecans for an extra special treat. Then the snow began to fall and dusted the fruit with lovely sweet snowflakes. Children traveled from all over to see the beautiful snow-covered fruit house. They loved eating the delightful dried fruits and nuts. Not only did they play in the house, but some of the children built their own little houses and sculptures out of the snow.
This is fun.
They decorated their snow designs with dried fruits and nuts. Hansel and Gretel's yard turned into a winter wonderland. This made the two fruit gardeners very happy indeed. The end. Story Spectacular is written and hosted by Angela Ferrari. To learn more about the show and to purchase original children's books, go to StorySpectacular.com. Did you enjoy the story of Hansel and Gretel's House of Fruit? Send us a note. You can follow us on Twitter and Instagram at Storytacular or join the Story Spectacular Facebook page. Come tell us what your favorite fruit is. And remember, please subscribe to our show on your podcast app. This helps get the word out so that others can discover Sleepy Time Tales too.
Sleepy time tales.